Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to change the horn on a 2016 to 2020 or 21 I believe Honda Civic 10th generation. If you guys have this car, you might know that the horn is pretty shit. It's very bad. It sounds like meep meep, so we're going to try to change that today. If you live in an apartment building like I do, it's a little challenging, but you can get yourself one of these ramps that I have, and I have just a wheeling toolbox that I have here. It's from Milwaukee, or sorry, Stanley. It's pretty good, holds a decent amount of tools. You can do pretty much all your repairs here on this car yourself. It's pretty easy to work on. These cars are pretty easy to work on, so we're going to try to do that today. The first thing you might want to do is you have to access the horn, it's located right here. It's a little challenging to get to. You have to remove the bumper, unfortunately, so we're going to try to do that. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I have a few cardboard boxes that I like to use here to kind of like lay it down here just so you don't get dirty. Okay, so you're going to want to start opening up the hood to begin with. There's a little latch here that you have to this latch here, so you're going to push it to your right, and then it will unlock that latch, and then you can open up your hood, prop it up with this prop part, and then there you have access to the engine. So first thing that we want to do is we have to remove all these clips that you see here. So there's a few of them that you have to remove. This one, all of these have to be removed. Some of these are missing because I got into an accident and I went to a body shop, so they probably didn't install that properly. So we're going to remove all of these, and then there's similar bolts on the bottom of the bumper that you have to remove, and then we'll go from there. What you're going to want to do is you're going to remove these tabs like I mentioned. There's a few tools you can use for this. You have your regular screwdriver. You can kind of like put it underneath the clips, kind of work around it. Let's see here. See, it kind of like pushes up, and then you can remove the whole thing. Make sure you don't break them. These are plastic tabs. They're very easy to break. So make sure you don't break them. Use something like a screwdriver if you don't have any special tools. If you have one of these, you can pick them up from AliExpress. They're pretty handy to use. It makes it harder for these tabs to break. So you kind of like put it underneath here. Let's see if this works. Yeah, like that, and then just like that. They're pretty cheap. I think I got a set of them for like $5 Canadian, pretty cheap. And then you have your metal one. I don't recommend using this for these clips because this is metal. You don't have a good feel. It's pretty easy to break, and then it's going to be a pain in the ass. I'll show you guys. I have a set of clips that I bought from AliExpress again. Pretty cheap. You can go buy them from Amazon. It's like a set of these clips that you can, it's like assorted clips, can be used for anything, but I'm pretty sure it has both of these tabs. Okay, so this is the clip set that I was talking about. Pretty sure you can get it right here. I believe this is for these ones, so if you break them you can easily replace them. And then I believe it's not exactly similar, but I'm pretty sure you can get away with using either this one or one of these probably. So just get yourself one of these. I mean, something is better than nothing, so just work with what you have and make sure you don't lose them. So if you don't break them, just put them aside. Just put them on the side here, these clips. So let's go ahead and remove all of these. Let's go. So tools on the side. If you guys are wondering what I'm using to film, I'm using my Insta360 X3 video camera. Let's see how the first video. So see how it turns out. First two. I've never opened this one before, so we'll see if there's anything to find or what's things fixed. Go over the side, let's go. Okay, there's that. Just trying to get them all removed carefully. So we're going to turn our 1 hour job into a 5 hour job. Right, that's actually pretty good. Get away with using flathead. Oh, that's cool. We'll use this plastic one for these tiny ones. These are a little pain in the ass to remove, but we'll do our best to not break them. Let's use this side in better. There you go. So the tongues in these is a little further apart. So if you can get them both underneath, like that, yeah, there you go, yeah, so that's the trick. Make sure you get both of these tongues underneath these clips like this, like that if you can. I know it's going to be pretty difficult. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing. It's going to be time consuming once I finish all of this, and then we'll come back and do the bottom one. So once we remove these two parts, these two trims, this rubber that sits along the whole front of the bumper, and then we have this plastic part that sits over here, which we removed already. You have this trim piece that needs to be removed. So I've already went ahead and removed, kind of like undid it, but you'll have these holes here, and then there's a clip underneath these holes. Make sure you don't break them. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna get your screwdriver that we're using to remove these clips. You're gonna push it down, so just like that. You push it down and then gently lift this up. There's two of them. Make sure you remove those two, and then you're good to go. I did break one of the clips that I was talking about here. This is the piece. It's not a big deal since we have a whole set of them. So go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so the bumper is off. I did not get to record some of this stuff because, not some, but like small miscellaneous details that I'm going to show you now because I didn't have much space, and I also got a little frustrated, broke a tab, and not that big of a deal, but I'll show you guys what I mean here. So there are these three screws that are going to be holding the bumper on the fender liner. As you can see here, there's one here, one goes here, and then one on the top in here. So you're going to want to remove those three to begin with. And then there are these tabs that you kind of have to very carefully pry them open if you can with a screwdriver or whatever have you. So the bumper sits, you see these tabs, they have a little like teeth at the bottom. There's 3, 1, 2, so let me show you here. I don't know if you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So same thing along here, 1, 2, 3, 4. They kind of, so you're gonna have to kind of like push the bumper down a little bit and then do this motion with the screwdriver. It's a little tricky. Be very careful. You don't want to break these because that's what aligns your bumper. So take your time. The bumper is completely off now, as you can see here, and the horn is located right there, right here. This is our horn, which we're going to remove now. Job's pretty simple. You just kind of have to take your time with it. I had a lot of, our roads are filled with salt. I live in Canada, so As you can see here, it's a little dirty, but we're gonna get to that in a moment. Okay, so on the bottom, I'm not sure how well you guys can see. There are the same clips that were on the top that you have to remove. There's a bunch of them that runs along the top side, on the side, and as well as the center. I went ahead and removed a bunch of these, just like that. So go ahead and remove all of that. There is what looks like to be 10 millimeter, which is not attached to anything. I don't know what that is for, but this one needs to come out. Okay. One on the other side. Yep. So on the other side, that one is missing, and then we have another one over there. And then once we remove that, and then there's also this Allen bolt here, one on this side and then one on this side. We're gonna have to remove that. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't have a lot of space to film since I'm underneath ramps, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and get to you guys. This is the horn for the car. As you can see, it's a tiny little one. So this is the bolt that's holding in the horn, and then this is the connector that needs to come off. I've already loosened this, so what you're going to want to do is get your impact driver. If you have one, you can do this with a wrench as well. Just remove this, and then it will come off. That's the bolt. So, and then there's a connector here. Make sure you don't break it or break the wire. As you can see here, there's a little tab. You want to push that and then pull it out. You don't want to break this. Just be very careful. So I'm going to use two hands. I'll show you guys. So there you go. That is the horn removed. It's this tiny little horn. I have this new one. It's called NeoJet. Has pretty good reviews on Amazon. I'll link this product in the description of the video for you guys to see. So it has a high pitch and a low pitch horn. So as you can see in comparison, we have two of them. So compare that to this, and then we have two of these. The horn is installed. All the bumper and all the other stuff is put back together. Some of the clips didn't really fit well, so I had to compromise, as you can see here. The job's pretty simple, honestly. It's not that difficult. If I can do it, you can do it. Just make sure you put everything back together as it was. Make sure you don't forget these 3 screws that goes into the bumper on the fender liner. It sounds pretty good. I'll show it to you guys in a bit. So sounds pretty good. I'll take you guys around and I'll show you. As you can see here, it's a lot better than what it was. I'll say that for sure. It has a deep tone to it. It doesn't sound like beep beep anymore. Honestly, I'm pretty happy for the. If it's your first time, it's going to take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you have a garage, everything would be a lot simpler to do because you have more space. I have to kind of wedge myself in there between that pillar. So yeah, that's it for this video.